Hey everybody. So we are a little beyond halfway for the semester. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about some upcoming assignments. This recording will touch on, kind of the upcoming assignments, but then it will go into depth about the direct instruction link that is due March 29th. I will then do a separate video recording for the Universal Design for Learning post, the UDL post and the response, and then also the website and apps review. I'll combine those into one video. But this one will just touch on the upcoming assignments and then go into detail, and I'll give you an example of what I'm looking for the direct instruction link. Okay, so we're already done with January. We're done with February. We're into the middle of March, right? You submitted your, by now you should have submitted your high leverage practices presentation into the discussion board. Your response is due next Monday, the 22nd. And then at the end of the month, the 29th is where when your direct instruction link is due, which again is what this video will talk about after I show you the discussion board for 1 second. Then coming up in April, you have quiz 3, which are, that is already open under chapters 11 through 14. That's where quiz 3 is. And then quiz 4 is under chapters 15 through 18. There's quiz 4. Okay, so just kind of a little preview for y'all. So again, I will do a separate video for this assignment, and this website and apps review. And then there's quiz 4 way down there. Let's see, there's quiz 4. Okay, and that is already posted. All right, so let me just very quickly go back to the discussion board, and then I will do an example of the direct instruction link. So here is the discussion board, okay? So here's where you should have posted your high leverage practices presentation. Again, you could have worked with somebody else or a small group on this. So that went there. Your response needs to go here. I've been looking up here and there are some responses. No, 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 no. Your responses, just like in 764, if you're in that class, I just did a video for that class. Your response needs to go here, okay? Do not put your response up here. I will not see them. I will not grade them. It really is for your benefit because things end up getting buried and they get lost. That's why there are 2 separate tabs. Your presentation went here. Your response goes here. If you have not posted your response yet, I know 24 of you have. For those of you who have not, just do your last name, comma, response, Fries, comma, response at the top in the thread or whatever it is. So don't go back and do anything. If you already submitted, everything is fine. But if you did submit your response here, you need to go back and copy and paste it into here. All right. All right. So now the next part is the direct instruction link. And the point of this assignment is because I want you to take the time to look in the textbook at these formats. They're very scripted, very direct instruction-y. And I know that some schools, I know Horry County, I was out there a couple years ago with student teachers, and a lot of their curriculum is scripted. So you might be in a district now where you're using scripted curriculum. You might not. But I just want you to get familiar with scripted curriculum, and I know graduate students, and I feel that people might not necessarily take the time to look at the formats in the textbook unless there are points associated with an assignment. So that's the point of, or the purpose, I guess, of this assignment. So what you will do is you will probably individual, maybe partner, but everyone, maybe small group, but you all need to make sure that everyone has equal roles in that if you decide to work with people. You'll present one direct instruction teaching demonstration following a lesson format from one chapter of your choice in the DI text. So you can choose whatever text chapter you want. I think the formats actually start in chapter 7 edition. So you would need to use something, and I'll show you what, oh no, I lied. There's some earlier than that. I'll show you what I mean by a format in just a second. So you'll again upload a YouTube link. I really prefer YouTube. That's what it makes it easier. So just go as YouTube link, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to give you a sample. So you'll just follow the scripted lesson plan format from your textbook. So you will teach, and there's kind of quotes around the word teach, right? To your children, your friends' children, your dogs, your stuffed animals, anybody else in the class. You don't actually need children to teach the lessons to, but if you are taking 764, you could ask your CT, hey, can I teach this one lesson to some of the practicum students, and then video yourself. Oh, excuse me, I have hiccups. Video yourself. Don't get the students in there. If you get the backs of their heads, that's okay. But I just, without releases and stuff, it's a whole big mess. So you could potentially, teach this to your students in 764, but you don't have to, okay? You do not need to teach it to anyone. Like I'm here by myself right now. My dog is here, so I guess I'm teaching it to her. But you don't have to teach it to anyone, but it is kind of awkward to teach to yourself. So just keep that in mind. And this is one example. I'm not going to click on it because I'm already only have 10 minutes left. It's not a scripted lesson, but it's explicit instruction. So you might want to watch that example as well. Okay. So, and there goes Georgia, of course, because somebody just rode by outside. My student, my dog, she just started barking, so I had to pause for just a second. All right, so just watch this if you get a few seconds. So I'm going to do a example of what I'm looking for the direct instruction link. If you have let me see if I can find it. I guarantee you I won't be able to because I'm looking for it. Oh, if you have the e-text, you can pull it up like that. I have the e-text, but I'm also going to show you my camera, so I'm going to read from the real text as well. So what I want you to do is tell me exactly the format that you are teaching and the page number, okay? So I'm going to say, all right, so here's my video. I'm going to teach format 7.2, teaching addition the slow way, and this is on page 105 of our textbook. Okay, then what I'm going to do is go to my camera, but you can go use your camera. You can do a PowerPoint, whatever works for whatever you have. So I'm going to go to my camera. Okay, so now I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. I'm not going to touch the board because it took me a while to get it where I want it. So I'm going to start. Okay, so read the problem. And if you notice in the textbook, it looks like the way it's kind of divided up. So this is what the teacher says over here. Oh, sorry. This is what the teacher says on this side. And then this is what the students say. So if you have students or you're working with a partner from this class or someone who is verbal, they can pretend to be the students. But if not, you can either kind of pretend to be the students yourself, which is what I'm going to do. So I'll kind of, act like I'm the students for the responses, and then I'll act like I'm the teacher for the teacher part. Okay, so let me go back to my camera. Okay, so read the problem. 5 plus 3 equals how many? What's this? Equal. Listen to the equal rule. We must end with the same number on this side and on the other side. Hold on. Okay, right there. And it is kind of awkward, y'all. I hear you. On the other side of the equal sign. What is the equal rule? We must end with the same number on this side and on the other side of the equal sign. How many in the first group? 5. Yes, 5. I'll draw 5 lines under the 5. Count as I draw the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just want to draw tally marks. Don't do fancy, don't do the crisscrossy thing. Ooh, don't do the crisscross, just do the straight lines. Okay, so 5. This says plus 3. Plus tells us to draw more lines. So I draw 3 lines under the 3. Count as I draw the lines. 1, I'm trying to make so you can see it too. 2, 3. We've drawn all the lines on this side. Let's count and see what we end with. Count as I touch the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What number did we end with? 8. Yes, we must end with the same number on this side, on this side, and on the other side of the equal sign. We ended with 8 on this side. So what number must we end with on the other side? 8. I'll draw the lines. You count and tell me when to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stop. And I'm going to assume that they didn't make any errors just for time's sake because I'm down to about 5 minutes left in the video. Okay, so if they did make a mistake, you would say, we made a mistake. You have to tell me to stop. Okay, so 5 plus 3 equals, oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself. The lines under a box tell what numeral goes in the box. How many lines are under the box? 8. So what numeral goes in the box? 8. What does 5 plus 3 equal? 8. Say the whole statement. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Good. And then you would repeat that until they didn't have any more mistakes. And then you would start with part B. So this is part B where it says structured, hold on, I gotta see what it says. Where it says, oh, gracious day in the morning, I went too far. All right, hold on now. So this is part B where it says structured worksheet presentation. And I'm gonna go ahead with part B. I'm gonna go back to my camera. It's okay if you need to pause the video. That's what I just did. I paused it to erase and get the board situated. So it's fine if you do that. Okay, so now we're in part B, right? Touch problem A. Read the problem as I clap. Get ready. 5 plus 3 equals how many? How many are in the first group? 5. Make the lines. Okay, so the students would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next part of the problem says plus 3. What do you do when you plus 3? You make 3 lines. Okay, so they make 3 lines. Make the lines under the 3. So they draw the 3 lines. Let's count all the lines on this side. Put your finger over the first line. Touch and count the lines as I clap. Okay, I can't clap and touch the lines at the same time. So, I'll just hit the table. So just pretend I'm clapping and touching the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many lines did we end with? 8. So how many lines must we end up with on the other side of the equal? 8. Make the lines and write the numeral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does 5 plus 3 equal? 8. Say the statement. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Good. Now let's go on to part C. Okay, so you would give them a worksheet with problems, which you can show me or not. And then I'm going to go back to my camera. Touch problem A. 6 plus 3 equals how many? Read the problem. 6 plus 3 equals how many? First you make 6 lines, then you plus. How do you plus 3? I went ahead myself, didn't I? How do you plus 3? Make 3 lines. Okay, so then you're going to watch as the students, make their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Make the sides equal and fill in the missing numeral. And then you're going to check, right? So they're going to say, okay, I have 6 lines, 3 lines. I have 9 lines over here. I have to make 9 lines over here. I have to write really small because otherwise I'm going to run out of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's my numeral. Woo, sorry, I'm running out of room, y'all. Make the sides equal and fill in the missing numeral. What does 6 plus 3 equal? 9. Say the statement. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Great job. And then you would do a few more examples. Okay, so it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. You're really just choosing one of these formats. You cannot do format 7.2, the one that I just did. So sorry if that was your plan. You cannot do format 7.2. Any of the rest of them are fair game. And, some of them have different things that you might need to prepare ahead of time. Make sure you have everything prepared. You might want to have a worksheet or a piece of paper if you're doing 7.1 with things like this, or you might want to pause the video. It's okay if you pause it to get yourself kind of situated for the next part, okay? And again, you don't need any actual children or people in front of you. If you happen to have someone who wants to learn, that's great. And if not, that is fine too. Also, if you do have the e-textbook, anytime you see something like that little triangle, that takes you right to an example video. So you might want to watch one of the examples you know, and see what the teacher does, and then just go ahead and kind of do what the teacher does. So again, pretty straightforward. Choose one format, submit, make sure you tell me again the format, the name, and the page number, and then submit as a YouTube link. Okay, that's it.